Welcome to Interstage Left. I'm your host, Yvette Monique Clark. This is the spot where we kick it about all things theater, from on stage to backstage and even under the stage. We're talking stories, craft, and the passion that keeps the theater world alive. Let's get into it. Hello, everyone. Today, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, we have Nancy Rodriguez joining us today.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I am great. It's been a month of Sundays, yes? Since I've seen you. So one of the reasons why I started this podcast is because I'm always fascinated how people come from other places, have different experiences, and all end up on the same stage. So the first thing I ask is, where are you from and how did you get into the business of show?
Okay. Well, we're from very similar places, just a couple blocks away. I'm from New York,
Yes.
off of Ocean Parkway, born and raised. So I'm a New Yorker, and I was really lucky because we had really good arts education in New York as a kid because my family is from Puerto Rico. Neither of my parents had graduated high school. Like we were like super working class, no art anywhere, really. Other than how we just lived our lives, there was always music and joy and storytelling. There was always storytelling, but no formal arts or anything. But I went to a really I realize now having children and what they don't have in their schools, but I went to my local elementary school and they had like plays every year. Every class did a play.
Right.
And like either you acted in it or you built a little set or you whatever it was, you were part of it.
Yeah.
And that's where I shined and I sang. So I would sing and do the little plays, and I wasn't a particularly like strong student, but I knew I was good. I knew I was talented, right? There was like you were either smart or you were talented. I was like, at least I had that kind of sense of identity as a little girl.
Right.
And then I went to like Mark Twain Junior High School for the gifted and talented as a voice teacher. So that was affirmation, like, yeah, you sing. And then I went to LaGuardia for acting. And that's when I started studying acting. And then I went to Boston University School for the Arts and I studied acting there. And then I started working. So that's kind of the quick journey. But it all started with public school. I didn't have any access. We didn't have money for anything extra.
Right.
We had a school, and I was also a member of Tada, which is a youth theater company in the city as a teenager. So, which was free too. So it's just free programming, and yeah,
a lot of things that we don't have access to today.
Right. Or they've gotten so competitive. Like even my middle school was for like a couple of districts in South Brooklyn, right? It was for that region. It's become a citywide school. So you have these affluent parents that have access to, private music lessons, and they're competing with kids. Like maybe I wouldn't have gotten into my school if it was just like me. I never had a voice lesson in my life. I just came in and sang my little heart out. Who knows? It's just so much more challenging now.
Right.
So, yeah.
It is. So you said having access is what drew you to the stage. Did you have anyone in your travels, any person or persons that pushed you forward and were like, you need to be doing this for a living or take this seriously?
Early on, like in 6th grade, I did my little play in 6th grade, and my 6th grade teacher said, "You're an actress." I was like, "Oh, yeah, okay." And I continued singing, and then in high school, studying acting, I got a lot of affirmation, like keep going, because it was a vocational school, right? We were all there to be actors,
right?
So that was really clear. And then once I came out into the college, was a different thing. I was at that time, Boston University, they called it like a professional review program. So like you got cut from the acting program. Yeah. So we started at around 50 freshmen. And by the end of sophomore year, we were cut down to 18.
Wow.
And we had to go through a process. So I didn't particularly love my program, but I didn't know I could leave. I had good financial aid. They asked me to keep coming back, right? So I came back. I didn't know. I didn't know you had the options.
You didn't know you could take your money and go somewhere else.
No idea. I thought I was stuck. Like, you have to survive. But it was that was a weird one because it was very middle class, and I didn't know what that was growing up in New York. I had no idea. So it was like I didn't know that we were poor.
Because everybody's around you is the same situation. Yeah,
right. We had all our needs met, right?
Right.
I just didn't know how much more things people had. I thought they were like rich people, and then the rest of us, I didn't understand. There were like tiers of it.
Yes.
Yeah. It was just hard for me at school, feeling like I fit for a bit. And I remember my senior year, we had this like, they evaluate you all the time. And the program, actually, I think it was junior year, I had broken my foot, and I knew I was safe. I knew I was going to go into the junior year. They had already told me that I was going to make it to the junior year. And so we had these meetings, and because of that, I had broken my foot, and I had friends who were still trying to get their spot. So I was like, I just sat back, I did my work, but I wasn't like, pay attention to me. I was just doing my thing. And he said he did not see the drive or passion to be an actress in me. And I was like, I would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to my high school every day and go on the train for an hour plus to go study acting. Here in this discomfort. To study acting, but you don't see my drive and passion. So it was just really a weird thing, but this is all I could do. So I have to go for it no matter what.
It's all you know how to do, right?
Yeah, and I had some good educators ultimately that felt like I felt like they saw me and they pushed me forward.
Yeah. It's always special when you have people in your corner, because there are some people that don't have anyone and they pursue anyway, which is I feel like it's a harder path to take when you're all alone in this, right?
Absolutely.
Because it's hard enough when you have support, so it's definitely crazy when you don't.
Yeah.
Was there a role early on that changed the way you viewed acting, or did you always know you loved it, or was there anything like, okay, this is it, this is really it?
I was pretty lucky that I was really young in my career. I was like maybe 2 years out of school when Nilo Cruz's Two Sisters and a Piano came out, and I remember seeing the review of it in Backstage and being like, oh my God, what's this play? Why didn't I get seen for this play? I'm the age of that character, or something like that. As a kid, I was like, and then so it started making like the regional theater. It's the darling of the year. And I did it I got cast in it at the Studio Theater, and then in DC, and then Oregon Shakespeare Festival was going to do it, and they were looking for someone to play. The role I played was with Sophia, and I auditioned for Tim Bond. And I remember going, I've already played this part. It's okay if I don't get it. Just being real calm, and like I wish I had the fucking self-assurance that I had as a young woman. Like, where's she? When did she come down here?
Yes.
Like, I'm great. And I went in and I did it. I did my song and my monologue, and they cast me. And I would say that was really kind of life-changing, that I got to work at OSF, which is a rotating repertory theater, which I didn't know anything about. But I started my career really doing rotating rep. And getting to do that play, and I got to do it with Vilma. Vilma Silva was my sister. And I just love her to death. And Armando Duran was the other main character, played the lieutenant. And I got to watch them work and learn from them, and then learn from the rep, right? Because you have really accomplished actors in the ensemble with you in the show that they're not necessarily doing. So that was really, I just learned so much from being there. And then just by getting the approval, like they liked my work, they believed in me. So that really changed how I thought. I loved the play. And having done it once before, I knew what I missed that first time.
Yes.
And I was able to go, okay, have another chance. Because now,
Yes.
you know,
Now you know you have some things.
yeah.
Right?
And then we had such a great group. Andrea Fry directed it, and she was also in the acting company at the time. So that was really cool to see a company that did that. And so she knew how to talk to actors. I mean, it was just really a wonderful experience, and it's just started my career in a big
That's
way.
great. That's great. The mighty Osif, as
Yep.
I call it.
For me, it was so early.
I see you've done contemporary and classic plays.
Yeah.
So what excites you most about the classics?
I think it's that, you know, you get to, well, it depends on how you get to do it. Like, so if you get to do a long run of something, always, it just feels like there's always something to work on. There's always a phrase that starts landing differently. If the role is substantial enough.
Right.
Not all of them. Like, not all,
Right.
I've gone from like substantial roles to like really small ones. But
Yes.
but you know, I got to do Romeo and Juliet at OSF for the long running Shakespeare.
Right.
So I think it was 120 performances.
Right.
I never got tired of trying to of discovering new things through
Right.
it, just with the language itself. And because the language kind of tells you everything you need right there.
Right.
So I like that. I like kind of figuring out the puzzle of it. I
Right.
still will come to like Shakespeare and be like, what does that mean? And then go through it, and suddenly it's like I learned a song, right? It's like, oh,
Yes.
hear it. That's exciting because I like
Yes.
solving things. So I think the
Yes.
problem solving in that is fun. But getting to do both has been really, I feel I've been fortunate because it informs my contemporary work. Like, my use of language is stronger, I think, if the contemporary work has heightened language or like just monologues that go on, right? You know how to
Right.
clear them out because you have to do that with the classical work to make it make sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you need to do it with the contemporary work, or else it loses so much because it's not TV acting, you know.
Right.
It's a different thing.
It's very different. It's very different. How do you make Shakespeare feel natural and conversational?
Me?
Yes. How do you do it?
Yeah. That's the goal. That's always my goal. You know, oh, what a weird face I just made. But my thinking face, I just called myself. I was like, what? I think I just try to make sure that I'm using my real voice. That I don't go into this Shakespeare voice.
Right. Yes.
And then, like, I know a lot of the technical stuff, you know, about not hitting pronouns, not hitting negatives. I was taught well, but still always, I think I was fortunate that I was always encouraged to be me.
Yes.
So, like, when I did Romeo and Juliet, I was lucky that I had like a vocal coach and an Alexander coach. Like, they just taught me early on that I was enough, and just standing and saying it was enough.
Yes.
I didn't need to do all this stuff.
Yes.
So I think that gave me a lot of foundational like attack, where I was like, okay, I can just say it. I will say that when I start a process, I hit it real hard. Like, I hit because I'm trying to hear. It's
trying
like
to find out where you can.
And then I find ease and what's going on.
Yeah.
I still have challenges if directors are giving me like result-oriented direction from the get-go, because then I'm like trying to hit a result, and with that kind of language, you can, I think, just get real caught up, because I just like really understanding what I'm saying, why I'm saying it, who I am. And if you start pushing me too hard, too fast,
it's not going to be the result they want.
It's like I'll lose it. Like, I'll stop. I'll forget what to say.
Yes.
I haven't figured out why I'm saying it. I'm trying to give you mean girl or whatever the heck you. So, you know, that's why it's always nice to work with people who know you, who have confidence in your work, who are like, she's gonna be there in a little bit. Right now, Nancy's just bumping through this. Figures it out.
Yeah. um, sometimes it's difficult to make your process be on the same page as the director's process,
Yeah.
right? But ultimately, your process has to win because you'll be on stage when they leave after opening night.
Yep, they get to go
So
away.
they get to go away, right? And you're left with confusion, and so you have to make sure that you get yours through.
Yeah.
What are some common misconceptions actors have about Shakespeare classical work? Because sometimes they're very afraid of it. And I ran to it. I got to do my first Shakespeare play a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yes.
Mhm.
And then I was terrified at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are the misconceptions about Shakespeare that actors have?
I think it's not thinking that it's belongs to you, or thinking that it is elitist or
Mm-hmm.
something, because the truths that are spoken are really humanist. Like, they're really about the people. A lot of them, I feel like Shakespeare's social commentary is really strong and important, um, and kind of pro people, you know. So just thinking that somehow it's not for you. Like, I teach a Shakespeare group at Intar Unit 52, um, and that's the main thing. It's like, bring yourself, bring your experience to the work, and bring your own voice. Like, we can always change it up because of whatever the world is.
Right.
You need to find your own voice in the work, right?
Right.
I remember we worked on a scene once, a monologue, a young man, he was so good, but he came in, he was doing a Romeo monologue, and he had this, like, he was, but soft, but like,
Mm-hmm.
"Where are you from?" He said, "Queens." I was like, "What if Romeo's from Queens? Can you see Romeo from Queens?" And it just lit up. He was sexy, he was there, he was going for his objectives, like, it was all so clear,
Right.
you
Right.
know? So that's what I think is a misconception, that you have to be some British, I don't know, acting player to do it. Yeah.
It's feeling like you can't be your authentic self
Right.
in heightened language, and that's not true.
Not true at all. And it's so much like saying, I mean, you do so much musical theater, but it's like, when the poetry gets there, it's like, there's no way to express yourself but these words right now. Kind of
Right.
like, there's nothing I can do but sing this song in this
Right.
moment.
Right.
Um,
Right.
yeah, and we're more heightened as people than we think.
Yes. Yes.
We're not all, and again, I think sometimes it's, what media shows us of this kind of like really flat, like, oh, everyone talks like this, and we're like, "Oh, sorry, but no one in my life talks like that.
No
No
one.
one in my life is that."
I don't know who those people are.
I know.
I don't trust
Barely
people that
open their
whisper.
mouth.
Yeah, I don't trust people that whisper.
Telling secrets.
What skills does classical theater develop in every actor? And it is different from contemporary plays because it's the world that we live in. But to
Mhm.
take it back 100 years, well, there's some skills that you have to develop. Is there anything that you had to develop when you started doing classical or heightened work?
I feel like I benefited a lot in my training, that we had, like, movement training, and at the time, I thought I like, because I'm not, like, a dancer person, um, so I was like, "Oh, I have to survive stupid movement class." Um, but now I realize that, like, we'd have, like, ballet class or something, and it just taught you how to, like, elongate your body and move because characters are gonna come from a different energy
Mm-hmm.
you, and if you wanna just have more tools, more people you can play, more job opportunities, you have to figure out how you do that in your body, not just play you. So, I feel like that's an important part of it, is to explore your bodies and how it's connected to the work, because you're really usually in a classical play, it's just you up there and your body. There's not, like, a bunch of stuff. You don't get to, like,
Yeah.
make breakfast while you're acting, which I love.
Yeah.
I want an activity. I want to do stuff, but I tend to have to stand there and talk. But
Right.
it has to be
It has to be just you.
just
Yeah.
you, all of you, and how does this how do you use your full self? So I think that was one. Obviously, like, I did need to figure out voice and speech.
Mm-hmm.
Use my because the language requires more muscularity.
It
And in
does.
order to say it and make it sound regular, normal, you
Right.
have to really work those muscles out so that you can
Yes.
get out fast and sound like a normal person. If not,
Yeah.
you're gonna get caught and you're not gonna
Yes.
be able to flow through it. So, but I was in high school, I had this voice and speech teacher, James Moody. He was a Black voice and speech teacher. He'd been from Juilliard, and he was my very first voice and speech teacher, which I thought I was very lucky to have. But he told us, don't lose your real voices. Keep your real voices, and then we're going to teach you how to do this
Right.
other thing. And
Right.
it was impactful. It was like, oh, okay, I don't have to disappear. It's just another tool here. And it's been super useful to be able to do that. So definitely voice and speech work and movement work help just bring it all together. Because you can get, besides Shakespeare, there's like restoration, where there's all these other fancy
Right.
forms, right? That you have to like jump it, like you have to figure out what that is, what that world.
Right.
We're the clowns in that world. How does that work? I think clowning is a good thing too, which I haven't gotten a chance to really just take some classes in that, which I really want to do. But I've
Mm-hmm.
had some opportunities to get to kind of discover my own kind of clown in work, which is fun. But my stuff I always tend to source back to my family.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
When you prepare for a contemporary role, is it different than the classical role?
I guess, yeah. I mean, it depends dramaturgically. Like I might really geek out on what the world is that we're talking about, like what the like so yeah, there's more to look into for the world that we're talking about in a contemporary play, where we are, what time period it is, even like a contemporary time period, like if it's the 70s or it's the 90s or something, like where are we in the world? And I can have more fun kind of geeking out on that and that aspect.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't think, I mean, I think I'm very I see the whole play and I see where I fit in the play and what my character's function is.
Yeah.
And what their journey is within the play I do with all of them. And then see what the play tells me about the character and where I get to fill in the blanks.
Right.
On the script. I'm very much like excavate for what the script is telling me and what it says in the world, and then add where I can add. So I think there's similar, I think, processes in general. But it depends. Each play is different. So it really depends on the play. Like some plays I need lots of images. Other plays I'm kind of like, what's my part? Yeah, where do I come in? And then in the process is when I do a lot of work. But I really love working with people and bouncing ideas off of people. Like it gives me more ideas.
Yeah. 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 Have you had experience in doing new works where you don't have a reference for something and you have to like pull this out of the okay, here we go. This is all me. This is all my creation. You know, have you ever had new works like that?
Like work that I created?
Yes.
Like I haven't created anything myself. I've been in a couple of new plays where
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Where the playwright is there. And like right before like the next performance, you've got a new ending. You have to like throw that together.
Those are fun.
Woo, let's go. Let's try it out. I haven't done a lot of it. Some people get to do a lot of that, and it's their jam. I haven't done a ton of it. I did one where we had to like improvise a scene for a while in rehearsal, and then the playwright started writing a scene. So that was really interesting to watch. I got to see another company do the play that I originated.
Okay.
And there came the scene that me and my fellow actor had improvised, and I was like, oh my God, that's our scene. You know, obviously finesse it, but I was like, oh my God, there it is. And the things that I found cringy about it, other people didn't, because it was
right.
You know, like cringy because I had said it. You know, I was like, oh God, the thing
they're gonna say it. Is it right? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting, you need to have a great director in those processes to help, guide the whole team,
Yeah,
to everyone has to be on board. Luckily, I haven't done a lot and they've never had conflict within the creative team.
right.
But that's a whole whew.
Yeah.
I like having some time. I don't think I'm that fast of a memorizer. I don't know.
Mm.
It's crazy. You just have to go for it. You have to be.
Yeah, you do. But the thing about that also, some of the tricks of the trade that you come across as you do it for a period of time is if you know who the person is,
Mhm.
you can sort of figure out what they're supposed to say if you forget something.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're like, I'm in this situation and we went to the grocery store and I don't remember all that I bought, but we're going to say apples and oranges today.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's what I love about contemporary work, 'cause that's kind of how I work anyway. Like, I work I don't memorize everything to begin with. I understand it, and then there's a paraphrasing phrase. I'm sure stage managers hate me for my paraphrasing phase of
Yes.
rehearsal, but but I understand the action. I understand what I'm doing. So if something happens, we can all just play back and forth. But when you get to classical work,
There is no wiggle room for that.
if you drop that one word that's in the wrong place that changes the whole thing, you're like, "Oh my God, how do I say how do I get out of this?" And when
Yeah.
it's more complicated, like, as Shakespeare gets older, as his plays get older, he's messing around with the language more.
Yeah.
It's really all over the place, and you're like,
Yes.
"Oh God, if I don't say this right, I'm gonna be lost, or did I already say it?" Like,
Yeah,
is it
yeah.
kinda similar? It's like, "Oh God, am I on a loop?" So this
But
other
trust
guy
me, the audience won't know if you said it
don't
again.
know,
They won't
but
know.
but you get that cold comes over your body, you're like, "I'm gonna die right here and now. It's all over." What
Yes.
happens if I
My
just
life has ended.
yeah, what if I
Yes.
just walk off the stage?
They would think you were done talking. I don't know. They would be like, "Oh, she must be done." Yeah. That was the frightening thing for me because I thought they were going to cut a lot of the countess. I did also the ends well, and I was like, "Oh, they'll cut all of that out." No, they did not. And I was like, "This is an entire page. I don't know if I'll remember that." And
Yeah.
so some nights I would feel my whole body be tense as you're going to say every single word. You're
Mhm.
going to have you say every single word because if you drop one, I'm
Yeah.
out. I'm out.
Yeah.
The curtain. I'm out. Um, okay, let me see what I want to ask you next. Oh, okay. Um, does one style require more technical precision than the other? Classical between classical and contemporary.
I think more than classical or contemporary, I think it's comedy
Ah,
versus dramatic work,
okay.
especially a stylized comedy, but or just any comedy requires
Mm-hmm.
precision.
Okay.
It requires precision.
Yes.
So if you say something, if the math isn't mathing, you just
Yeah.
use the rhythm that made the
Yeah.
thing funny. So comedy is a lot of work,
Yeah.
and a lot of you need really good eyes on it because it's
Yes.
not just I'm going to be honest and be in the moment and everything's going to work. It's like I'm going to do all that, and I need to know I have
And
to hit this word here, there, and turn.
yeah. Yeah. Comedy is tough. Comedy is tough.
Really is. I was just assistant directing The Matchmaker, which is a comedy, and it was really fun to be on the other side of the table, but
Right.
really fascinating to watch. Like, here we go, and now if you guys just turn here and turn there, suddenly it's going to create another. It's going to be funny, and then the people who got to the actors who have done it a lot were able to kind of coach the younger people who hadn't done a lot of it, or like
Okay.
it felt like a real collaborative process, but it was about just specificity as opposed to like someone trying to tell you how to act. It didn't
Yes.
feel like that because it was like, hey, I think maybe if you turn your head now, it's going to be funny.
Yes. Yes. And who knew?
Yeah. It's really different.
Yeah, it has to be different. Which style is more challenging for you, personally? Or do you find them equally, are you equally yoked, as they say?
Between classical and contemporary work,
Yes.
Um, I think they're pretty equal. I think the thing that's challenging for me is, well, there's some classical, like Shakespeare, I feel confident in, as I do with a contemporary play. Um, the other kind of heightened classical work, I have not had as much experience with.
Okay.
So it's weird to be my age and come into a process and not have as much experience as other people with,
Mm-hmm.
like with a high comedy
Right.
or something.
Right.
Um, it's particularly comedies for me where I'm like, "Oh, I haven't gotten a chance," like high comedies, like
Right.
contemporary comedies, I can find my clown pretty easily, but I haven't had a lot of opportunity, and I don't know, sometimes, it depends on the process, but I did a play a couple of years ago. It was a new work, um, and I couldn't really tell what it was on the page. I found it compelling, but I didn't know what the style was, and we were all
Yes.
discovering it, and the other people involved already had their kind of stock character. They knew who they fit in the world of the play, but I just didn't come from an environment where I where I knew who this person was necessarily, or if she was the straight man, or, like,
Right.
how it all worked together, and we figured it out, and it was good, but that was definitely a challenge because I was like, "Oh, I'm not the jester." Like, there was, like, literally a jester, literally me, and then, like, the guy who really runs everything, and then I was
Right.
a maid, but I wasn't, like, a saucy maid. I was
Right.
I was like,
So
who is
who
this?"
who
Yeah. So it was
yeah.
really interesting to kind of figure out, I don't know who that is, and there was, like, a big arc in the play that was cool, but, I was like, "Oh, okay, um, let's on this journey." Luckily, everyone, was supportive, and we got through it, and we really figured it out, but yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's the hardest for me.
Do you enjoy those journeys? Do you enjoy being challenged? Um, every so often do you like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but let's see if we can figure this out. Is that fun for you or stressful for you or,
I think it's both.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this whole career, it's crazy because we keep aging, God willing, right? And so that
God willing.
so that means that our type keeps changing, and who gives us time now as adults to finesse that, to figure
Right.
out who I am as this person now, if I've been playing ingenues for 20 years, and
Yes.
now I'm a woman. It's like,
Right.
"Okay, what kind? Oh, now and I only get to be a woman for 5 years, and then I'm an old woman? Shit." Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
suddenly I have, like,
Uh-huh.
30-year-old children? What? I was
Right.
just 19 4 years
Right.
ago. What are you talking
Right. Precisely. Precisely.
That's really the journey there, like, well, how do I fit and how do I not, how do I maintain kind to myself as I figure out this new me?
Yeah. And that kind of goes into what I want to touch on is like character development is very important.
Mhm.
And especially how do you find your way in the humanity in plays that have been done so many times, especially Shakespeare and classical plays? How do you find your own humanity in characters in other centuries? You know what I mean?
Because no one's done it right until I do it.
Oh,
Duh.
what? Mm,
I'm joking.
heard.
I think that I just look at them as to a certain extent as new plays. Like, okay, what do I bring to it? How do I hear it? Even watching some of them, I'm like, am I missing something? Is this what this is about? Like, I'll have conversations with my husband about like, is this what this play is about? Because that's
Right.
what I'm getting, and we'll just talk back and forth and
Right.
figure out what it is that I would want to say. I had this kind of mentor ask us, a group of us, to look at the roles that we're attracted to,
Mm,
the roles that we like playing, that we play, and
yes.
see the theme,
Okay.
and that'll tell you what you like to do, right?
Okay.
And it changes through your life, obviously, but I realize that I really enjoy giving voice to people who seem voiceless.
Mm,
So that is interesting to me, to bring those people forward, to justify them, like, you're not seeing who this really is. So, yeah, so even if it's like a million years ago, 300 years ago, this play was written, if it's a good play, those issues are still happening, and that person is misunderstood. Like, I did King Lear, I played Goneril in King Lear, and I was like, "Okay, she's the oldest daughter. She should be running this shit, but the times won't let her because she doesn't have this, so she can't be the king. She should be the next king.
Right.
It's not possible in the world." Or, but she has all of the qualities that if she was a boy, they would love.
Right.
And she's just trying to put her father in check because he's not well. That's how I see it, right? And I'm like, she's trying to be strong, go with her sister, figure it out, and then another person comes in and escalates the situation, and then we got to respond, right? So like we kick Lear out of the house, to make him go into the cold. My idea is that Goneril's like, he's going to come back in when he realizes it's too cold. He'll do what I say, right? Like that's what he will do. It's like, like you do with your kids, like, you're going to run away, go ahead. Come back in 5 minutes when he realizes he's alone and it's cold, right? And then Gloucester comes in and creates a whole other situation, and now it's more conflict, and now you got to do what you got to do, and then it gets all crazy. But just finding that humanity, like, this is a daughter with a parent with dementia.
Yes.
Trying to figure out how to survive. Does it go a little crazy? It does. Your sister, maybe not.
Some things go on that have you, sometimes in rehearsal you go in, if you have the luxury of having a script a few days or a couple of weeks before rehearsals, and then you get to rehearsal and what you thought the role should be completely changed?
Because of my ideas or because of their ideas?
It could be anyone.
For sure. Or the whole way of the play is different than I thought.
Yes. And you're like, so I'm in the wrong room. Okay.
And how do I, like, now that I'm a grown up, I've realized, like, how do I not infect the rest of the group with my dissatisfaction with the world? Because that doesn't help anybody, right? I've got to figure out how to keep trucking on, doing what they want.
Yes.
Because I signed on for this thing. I wish I had more information.
Right.
How do I still be a good teammate, good cast member, and get people through a process where they feel happy and good about what they're doing? Because that's a really important part of what we do, is not to like shit on each other's work. And we all have to do it for X amount of time, for however long that contract is.
Right. And then we can let it go.
Right. Let's keep it joyful and as positive as possible. So that's what I do. But it's challenging. I mean, sometimes I wish that I think I'm quick to say yes sometimes. And I should pause, really read it.
Take a moment of reflection.
Yeah.
Just,
will you really be happy doing this? Instead of like, oh, it's a job. Great. You want me?
There are different types of directors. Yes. Do some work differently handling classical and contemporary, or is it just the personality of the director no matter the show?
I'm trying to think of the ones that I've gotten to work with in both things. I think it really depends on the person. I'm trying to think, who did I do both kinds of work with? Because usually the Shakespeare people kind of are doing classical stuff.
Yes, and then the
contemporary stuff. I think it's about the person. Like, I worked with one director who I got to do both things. I got to do Shakespeare with her, and then I got to do contemporary comedy with her. And she was lovely in every scenario.
Okay.
But she had been an actor.
Okay.
So I think that that's a big thing. The directors who have been actors are different workers.
Yes, yes. They have an understanding of what that is to be on that side of the table. And they bring that different level of knowledge and compassion, I want to say, to the rehearsal space. And they will protect you.
Yes.
Right? They'll defend you against the people that are run. You know what I mean? Yeah. They'll protect you.
They don't freak out at your process. They're like,
these are actors. They'll get it. Like, they'll get it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
How important is the ensemble when tackling a classical? Because I know in classic work, it could be like 127 ensemble members. But how? But yeah, is that? But they're all important in that. Like everything they do, if it wasn't there, you would notice. So
absolutely. I think they're so important. I think that they help build the world for sure.
Yes.
And they should, be happy doing this work just as anyone else is, right? And usually, I mean, again, like, because I worked in rotating rep, there wasn't like a second-class citizenship of who was in the ensemble. I mean, sometimes it was interns or young people, but it's also other people with more seniority also doing it. It fills out the world better. Like, so that means every little part is just as full.
Yes.
Important, I think they're important. I think they really do build a world.
They do. I think they do. When I would go see a Shakespeare, I'm like, there's a lot of people on stage, but they're doing something. Something's happening here. You have to have the crowd or the man that carries the bucket because it's creating a space for you to let you know where you are. So yeah.
I think so.
But it's always fascinating how many people in the ensemble, because I worked at OSF too, and I was just like, okay, so powerhouse people doing like smaller roles, but they're in another show where they're doing massive work. Right. So I think it's only fair that your second show should have a lot less of a load on your shoulders.
And I think it's wonderful. Like, I love rotating repertory because you don't have to do that horrible, like gut-wrenching play 8 times a week. You do it 4 times. 4 times. That's you only have to lose your child 4 times. And then you're singing stupid songs over here with someone. You're getting paid the same. It's wonderful.
Yes.
Good balance.
Yes. Right. It's a good balance. It's a really good balance for you. Because doing a gut-wrenching show 8 times a week is really taxing on your brain.
Yeah, your body. Your body's holding all of that tension. It's
Yeah. Often Shakespeare is reimagined. So have you worked on a production that was radically reimagined?
They're all I've worked, most of them are reimagined, like just in that they're not being done in like Elizabethan time period
or togas.
No togas. I did an Antony and Cleopatra that was condensed. So meaning the character, it was only 12 characters, 12 actors, and we played multiple characters. Right. But play, there's a lot of 2 or 3 people scenes actually in it, even though it feels epic, or it can be whittled down to that, because it's like Cleopatra with her ladies and then the person, but it's not. And I did one that was a full humongo cast, so I got to play 2 different ways, and I really liked the small one. I felt like everyone was doing something important, and the storytelling was clearer, and it was in a smaller space. It was more intimate.
Right.
But I haven't done any. And then, I did the public mobile unit. I did the Tempest. So that was.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yes.
And that was cool because there you have nothing but like a rug you throw out basically, and you have some props. You don't have like a lot of set because you're moving environment to environment. And that was when they were still going into correctional facilities.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. And that was definitely reimagined because we had to make it shorter. but it was like so impactful to the people that we brought it to,
Yeah.
for us to go through.
Right.
So that was really great. But I don't tend to like it when they're doing it just for like when it's a concept that isn't fully thought out, or when it feels like it's antithetical to the story.
Okay.
You know, it's like, or when it undermines the story. I'm like, ugh. I'm not into cute. Like,
right. I'd rather not.
Yeah. You also don't know really what you're getting into in those things. And they're like, oh, we're setting it in this land. You're like, okay, what does that mean?
Right. Right.
How are you going with it?
Why is this in Queens? Like, why are we over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are we all in Queens?
Right. Are we all in Queens? Or some of us are,
some of us over here.
Islands. Where are we?
And I don't know where they came from. I know.
What advice would you give young actors who want to be versatile in both genres?
Just do the work, go for it. I mean, yeah, study. I mean, if you haven't had the opportunity to study the work before, right? Like the class, say you didn't come from a classical training program, go like seek them out. There's so many good people to teach you how to just do the mechanics of it, right? And just take every opportunity to try and learn and find yourself in it. That's what I would say. You just have to do it more than anything.
Yeah.
And I would say, like, for most actors in general, like, it's a hard job, especially if you don't get to, like, look, very few of us get to be rich and famous.
Right.
Very, and it's like, right. It's like, okay, good luck. It's not, there's so many amazingly talented people that are not rich and famous, right? And there are plenty of rich and famous people that are fine.
Right.
And then some that are immensely talented as well. But like, if you can figure out how to, especially early in your career, live cheaply so that you can take those opportunities and take those jobs so that your rent isn't like ridiculous. Like I lived with my father until I got married. I lived with my father until I was 31 years old.
Yeah.
And I would go off and do jobs, and I could do jobs that didn't pay that much because I was living at home. And so my overhead was low.
Right.
So if you don't get caught up in materialism, because then you're not going to be able to do your work. Like you don't need that fancy apartment somewhere where 60 friends are chipping in because you needed it to be in this X, Y, or Z neighborhood, because then you're never going to get a chance to do the work.
Right. Right.
Especially when you're young. You got to just go do everything that you can do and learn and see what it creates, what new groups of people you get to meet, what new opportunities come, because everything builds off of each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How do you continue to sharpen your craft between projects? Do you take class? Do you just,
Right now I've been teaching, and that's been really great because I'll do the exercises myself, and I'll try things that that aren't necessarily from where how I learned.
Right.
Excuse me. And they are really, it opens up for me in different ways. So, and I took some voice and speech, like, I think because I was teaching, I said, okay, I want to take a voice and speech class again, just to brush up as I teach kids, just some basic voice and speech stuff. But, so I'll sometimes take some classes, and just really going through these exercises myself, I think has really opened up my worldview on how to come in. And then that's the other thing, is really for me, it's like having as many different kind of experiences as possible. Because I think if you're in the same loop all the time, you start thinking that things are just one way. And I'm just really inspired by people and different environments and imagining living their lives.
Right.
Like, I was like, oh, if I had another life to live, maybe I'd live on a farm. Like, who knows? Or maybe I'd work at the station. So
yeah.
And I'm reading, like, when I read a book or listen to one, I get inspired by the stories, and I start imagining what I could do with them. So it's just like whatever gets my imagination flowing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, you performed stories written centuries apart, right? But all of them have found a landing place, found an audience. What do you think is the one thing that never changes about human beings or the need for theater?
We are social animals that learn by stories. It's all about oral tradition.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're it's not just entertaining. We're being taught something by hearing each other's stories. You know, like gossip is needed for our safety, to figure out the world. You know, like that's where it
Yes.
came from. It's like, oh, who saw what, where, here.
Ooh.
So the storytelling, I think that's really it. We're really interested in finding out other people's stories so that we can learn something from it, and take it with us or reflect, or it helps people process. I mean, the cool thing about live theater, you know, is that everyone in a theater, your heart rate starts sinking when you're in a theater together.
Yes.
Amazing, right? It's so much about connection. Like here we are
Yes.
together telling stories together. And like I said, I didn't grow up with any formal arts, but there was tons of storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
My mother is a dramatic storyteller. There was, you know, all kinds of things happening there. And as a little girl, I would kind of like sneak in and listen to the adults telling their stories,
Mm-hmm.
telling the jokes. If you were quiet, you could listen to everything,
Right.
right? No one's gonna be like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" Unless I ask
Right.
you. Don't ask any questions. Just shut up,
Yes.
listen, hear
Yes.
all of the stories, and then you find out who's creepy, who's not creepy. You know? Who did what to who, where, when. It's like, oh my God, this is better than TV. I think that's what it is. I think
Yeah. That's
yeah,
that's what we need as
yeah,
a human collective,
yep. And we
right?
see ourselves in each other even though we can be different, right?
Mm-hmm.
The common human experience,
Yes.
profound.
Yes. We all have a through line.
We're trying to survive this and enjoy it if we're lucky.
Mm-hmm. At the same time.
Yeah.
At the same time, we've reached the point in the show where I like to say we have to have stage left quickies, right?
Oh,
I
okay.
ask you quick questions
Uh-oh.
and you just rattle off quick answers.
Okay.
Doesn't work that way because performers are never quick.
Oh, challenge accepted.
But I keep trying because I'm one of them too. So I keep trying. Shakespeare or Chekhov?
Chekhov.
Contemporary drama or contemporary comedy?
Drama.
Dream classical role?
Oh shit. We're talking about Chekhov. Luba and Cherry Orchard.
Okay. Dream contemporary role?
I don't know if it's been written yet.
Oh, good one. Most challenging role you've played?
Most challenging role I've played. Maybe it was that new work. It was a play called The Virgin Queen Entertains Her Fool, and the character's name was Mare.
I like that title.
Yeah.
Most rewarding role you've played?
Rewarding. Oh, I can't say. There's multiple. I would say like I got to do Water by the Spoonful and The Happiest Song Plays Last, and to play a character in 2 plays, to get to play someone through a journey was
wow.
Really,
that's amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. So yes.
One play every actor should read.
Oh my God. I don't know.
That's an answer.
Many. I don't know. There's so many plays.
I know. Why does live theater still matter?
Because AI can't do it. Obviously, our heartbeats sync together. There's something about being live and together that
yes.
You get a different show
every night,
depending on the people in there. It's all of our energies come together. It's special.
Every night it's different. Yeah. Well, Nancy, thank you for joining me on my podcast. And I want you to give your beautiful family a hug for me. I know your children are grown now, yes?
17 and 15.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Big boys.
That is crazy. Well, you tell them I said hello.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thank you. This was really fun. Thanks for having
You're
me.
welcome. I'm glad you had a good time, love.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.